Alright, here's question number 5. It's all about finding the molarity of an iodine solution when you can't just boil off the water, but by reacting it with zinc in a way that you've done before. So here we go. So first thing, let's analyze the question. It's pretty good that how could you, that's not a sentence, how could you find the molarity of an iodine solution? So that's what we're trying to find, the molarity, by reacting it with zinc. So we need to find the molarity of an iodine solution. So let's remember what molarity is. Okay, molarity is, in capital M, is the moles of iodine over the liters of the solution. And in the lab I would give you a certain volume of it. I give you 5 milliliters. So here's the solution. The molarity is how many moles of iodine are going to be in that 5 milliliters. And the symbols are the number of moles, N over V, the volume, in liters. Okay? So we need to find the number of moles, and then we divide it by the volume. So it could be any volume that you have in the lab, but we need to figure out the number of moles. In one of the previous problems, it was copper sulfate, so we just evaporated the water, and we had the weight of the, you could weigh the iodine, and we can go from mass to moles. But in this case, if we were to evaporate the water and start heating it up, the iodine would vaporize in a purple vapor, and that's, you know, that's not going to get you anything unless you could capture it somehow, which is not a bad problem to try to solve. At any rate, so here we go. Let's figure this out. So we need to find the moles of iodine. Well, the clue there is by reacting it with zinc. Well, we know this reaction here, that if we have zinc plus iodine gives us zinc iodide. And it's a 1 to 1 to 1 reaction. So if I have 1 mole of zinc, I react with 1 mole of iodine. It gives me 1 mole of zinc iodide. So if I know the moles of, if I wanted to find the moles of iodine, I would just have to figure out how many moles of zinc reacted with it, or how many moles of zinc iodide we made. Okay, so if there were, say if there were 10 moles of this, how many moles of iodine would there be? 10 moles. And if there were 10 moles of zinc, that would give you 10 moles of iodine, because it's all the same. This is the power of a chemical reaction and using the recipe. Okay, if we can get to the recipe, we're in good shape. So here we go. In the past, we had figured out the weight of the gram of zinc iodide and then converted it to moles, and then found out that, well, if there are 10 moles of this, then there has to be 10 moles of iodine. But in the lab, we were trying to find our unknown solution, and there was impurities, so we couldn't use that idea. Although in this quiz, if you described it according to zinc iodide, that'd be fine, because it would work if it was pure. In our case, what we need to do is we need to figure out, if we knew the grams of zinc that reacted, we could go to moles of zinc, and if we knew the moles of zinc, we could go to the moles of iodine. And say you were in the lab and you started out with 1 gram of zinc and you reacted, at the end you had 0.8 grams of zinc. That means that 0.2 grams of it reacted with iodine. If we use our molar mass, we can convert that from iodine, I2, to moles of, grams of zinc to moles of zinc. That's just a straight up conversion. And then knowing that the moles are going to be the same. So if it turns out to be 1 mole of zinc, it's 1 mole of iodine. Or if it's 10 moles of zinc, that means that it reacts with 10 moles of iodine. Say in our case we do the math and we end up with 0.012 moles of zinc. Then we know that it's going to give us, it's going to be reacting with 0.012 moles of iodine. Okay? And we know that because the numbers in front, the coefficients. If this was 2, then this would be twice as much. If this was 3, it'd be 3 times as much. But it's easy parcheesi because it's 1 and 1. So these two come together here, and now we have the moles of iodine. So to find the molarity, it's just the moles of iodine over the liters of solution. So put in our moles of iodine, put whatever solution is in there, do the math, 0.012 divided by 0.005, and you get your answer. Alright, so there you go. That's how you do it. Good luck, everybody. Have a great day. And here, good luck, cat. Make you happy.